Hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out this video. Today we're going to talk about a tool roll and how you might incorporate that into your essential kit. For those of you stopping by for the first time, I'm Michael, and Overland Bound focuses on vehicle-dependent travel. Get outside, explore, have some adventure, and be self-sufficient. Now, this video assumes a couple of things. One, the kit we're talking about with the tool roll is vehicle-specific. So it's not going to have both standard and metric. You're going to trim down the kit according to specifically what you need. And it's a basic kit, which means if you're out there on the trail and you have to rebuild a starter motor, you might not be able to do it with this kit, but you can make that a personal decision. You decide what you want to add to the kit and what you can carry. Myself personally, the last couple of trips, I've been lugging around a 50-pound box that gets down. Of course, it's at the bottom of all the gear, and then I have to shuffle it around with everything that I'm doing. I don't have it in a drawer system, and so I just got tired of doing that, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to trim this down to the basics. And so I got a tool roll and some other things, and we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into this. All right, so let's take a look at some of the things that I got. I would give this piece of advice to anybody: if you can, buy once, cry once, and buy the most expensive thing you can afford if the cost equals quality. You want your kit to last as long as possible. All right, let's take a look at some of this stuff. This is the Adventure Tool Company. I went with them on a good recommendation, and the gear appears to be very durable. A nice waxed canvas to help with durability and a little bit of weatherproofing. This is just a miscellaneous bag. This is another miscellaneous gear bag. They have different labels that you can put on your pouches so that you get an idea for what's inside, of course. And then on the inside, the one thing I'll say is that it's bright orange, which is nice. It means that, you know, if the interior is black and the inside of my tool kit is, or my old toolbox is black, it's very hard to see things on the inside. So it's nice to have that nice bright interior. And then this is a more robust tool bag. It's larger, clearly, and it's got a number of different pouches. I really like the size of these zippers because they're large with nice paracord. The last thing I want to do is mess around with fiddly little zippers, but they're heavy duty, but they're also not too hard to close either. So that's nice too. And again, lots of Velcro on the outside, and you can put different labels on this bag. So that's real nice. And now here is the tool roll. Let's take a look at the tool roll last. Now, pretty modest in size, same heavy duty kit. But when this thing unrolls, here are pockets. You see what the carrying capacity is. More pockets. You've got a couple of pouches on the outside here that you can divide up different gear in. You've got a nice little pouch there, and this folds out to give you a great big pouch on that side and individual pockets for wrenches, hammers, and the other things that we're going to put inside. All right, let's put some gear in here. Okay, now it's the process of going through your gear. If you have the factory toolkit, then that's a great place to start. That's the factory toolkit for the Toyota FZJ80, and it's very trimmed down. It's got 4 wrenches, a spark plug, a socket, and things for the jack, and very few tools. So that's a great place to start. My toolkit here has both metric and standard. I don't need that for the rig. I'm going to trim it just down to the metric wrenches I know I need. So I'm not going to have the full array of wrenches either. Now, going through your kit, some things are pretty easy. Let's see here. Do I need a level to repair the rig off-grid? No, I do not. It's not going in the kit. Do I need the heavy-duty zip ties with wire in them to, take on the trail and possibly fix something? Yes, I absolutely do. So I'm going to keep zip ties. Some things not as obvious as you might think. For example, here, this is a heat-activated repair tape that turns extremely solid, and I've heard of brake lines being fixed with this tape. So I do keep that in the kit in case I need to repair a broken part, but then I'm going to trim down. Okay, I'm not going to make you watch me trimming down all of my tools, but I am going to show you what it looks like once I'm done. So we'll fast forward and we'll look at that, but I am going to point out a couple of things that will make your organization better when you're putting together this kit. You don't want your trimmed down socket set rattling around in your bag, so get these little trees for sockets, and they come in 3/8, quarter, and 1/2 inch drive, any size you need, and you can put your trimmed down sockets on these so they're all held together. If you're going to be doing any heavy mechanical, if you've got to replace U-joints or anything like that, you're going to need a grease gun. Instead of taking the large grease gun and trying to fit it in your kit, go and get a little mini, and it'll be much more compact for you, and you can always carry spare cartridges if you're doing a big job. Okay, now the catch-all wrench, of course, this is a catch-all, so if there is a size that you don't have access to, have an adjustable wrench. That way you can, that way you'll have what you need. That's about it. I'm going to trim down this kit and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Let's do it. All right, that was actually really fun for me. I had everything. It was just either scattered or buried in the bottom of that toolbox, and that was part of the frustration. I'm going to go through this really, really quickly so you guys can see how I've got my kit prioritized, and then we'll see how it rolls up into the tool roll and how compact we can get it. All right, let's take a look at what we got. Over here we have electrical repair tools. We've got a soldering iron. The soldering iron works on butane. That way I don't need electricity in order to power that thing up. I've got a mini torch here to heat things up. Now I've got large tools, so an adjustable wrench. I've got something to cut with. I got a C-clamp in case I have to compress some brake calipers or something like that. I've got the basic set of tools. You'll notice I don't have the full set of wrenches. I only have what the FZJ80 needs. And then I've got some other vehicle specific parts. I've got the proper size spark plug remover. I've got my tire iron, and then some basic kit like the screwdrivers, flat and Phillips. I've got a grease gun there. Again, it's a miniature grease gun. I've got a motivator, various types of duct tape and baling wire, because that stuff is needed. And then you guys are going to see some expendables for doing various kinds of repairs. I've got my wire tester over there, and then if I need to drill something, I've got a hand drill. Again, that doesn't work with power, so it would be a laborious process, but hey, it may get me off the trail. All right, anything else to mention? No, that looks like it's about it. This toolkit is going to be good for me on 95% of what I need to do. Now, let's roll this thing up and see how compact this gets. Hey, now there's something you need to keep in mind, but what a difference that made from start to finish. I love that tool roll. Now, keep this in mind. Your kit is going to be vehicle specific, so find out what you need and then you can trim down and have a very efficient tool set. Now, if you found the video useful, of course, hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it. And remember that Overland Bound is a worldwide community of vehicle-dependent travelers, and our members want to help you get your rig ready for adventures of all types. We want you to be prepared and safe because we believe adventure is necessary. It's for anybody who wants to go farther and do more. If you'd like, go over to overlandbound.com. You can chat with me over there and find out more about the community. All right, until next time, outfit and explore.